Welcome you all in this educational video of NIOS. This is subject English for secondary level, lesson number 20. Name of the lesson is shown on the screen also. It is New Good Things from Rubbish. In this lesson, we will learn how all the rubbish material can be converted into new good things. This is video part 2. Let us first learn difficult words. This word is tiny. Things which are very small and cannot be seen with our naked eyes, they are all called as tiny. Layers. On many things you may have seen few of them. Like in the atmosphere, we have different layers. In the earth, also soil has different layers. All the different layers of air has different compositions, different oxygen levels. So accordingly, we call them all as layers. Thrown away. Scrapped. Anything which is kept for a long time and is of no use is called as scrapped. There can be any bicycle. When children grow up, the bicycle is small and that is kept at home for a long time, then it becomes a scrap. And any material which has become old and kept in our store room, that all are called as scrapped. Steel. Steel is a kind of metal. There are different kinds of metals available on earth. Steel is one of the metal. Different kinds of metals are available around us. For example, gold, silver, and steel utensils you must have seen in the kitchen, and the railway track is made up of iron, and some vessels are made up of steel. Aluminium. Aluminium is also one of the metal. So just like gold, aluminium is also expensive. It is used for various purposes. For example, airplane is made up of aluminium, and there are various items which we use in our daily life. They are all made up of aluminium. Also, we wrap our food with the aluminium foil. So similarly, you can see many items around us. Reflect. It is the own reflection or the own image. It is used in both ways, physical reflection and sometimes mental reflection. When we ourselves analyze about our own behavior, our own upgradation, we self think. So that means reflect. Culet. Culets are the broken particles out of anything. Bottle banks. Here there are two words, bottle and bank. You all must be aware of bottles. There are different kinds of bottles in the market. Some are plastic bottles, some are glass bottles. But in this word, bottle bank means it is a place where there are different kinds of bottles kept. Only bottles. It is a space which is used for keeping the waste or any kind of bottles, whether they are of plastic or they are of glass. So all types of bottles are kept there. And if anyone wants to buy any bottle, then it can also be done. So that is why it is called as bottle bank. Extracting. Extracting means taking out something. There are different things which can be extracted from something. Pulp. Pulp can be of any material. This is something which is made out of some material, raw materials. Leftover. Whenever we are at home or at some party, we put some food items in our plate, and when we are finished eating and some food items are left in the plate, so that left food items are called as leftover. Peels. These peels can be of vegetables or fruits. For example, potato or radish, carrot. So there are different kinds of peels. Manure. Manure is something which we put in our garden. It can be made out of the vegetable waste materials. Soil. We all see soil on the ground. Vermicomposting. When we throw all the garbage, or you can say all the vegetables peel as a garbage, kitchen garbage in the garden, and if we compost that, then after 3, 4, 5 days it becomes vermicomposted, and that can be used as a manure. So that is a good way of converting the waste material into a useful thing. But it takes some time, and the whole process is known as vermicomposting. Imitate. It means to copy someone and act according to the other person to whom we are imitating. Like sometimes we copy the voice of the birds, sometimes we copy the act of any bird or any dance. And sometimes also we copy the behavior of other persons. So far we have understood the words. Now we will begin the lesson. We do not own the earth. We hold it in trust for the future generation, and with the increasing population and consumption of the resources which are present on the earth, and changing lifestyle and technology, everything is changing. And according to the new changes, the needs of the people are also increasing and changing. So nowadays, as we all have mobile, we all need mobile, we all need new technology. As the population is increasing, our demands are increasing. And so we need more paper for more books, notebooks, and newspapers. More metals for making vehicles. So similarly, we need more plastic for day-to-day life, and so on. So all these needs are increasing day by day. And if we make new materials every time we need new things, it will result in a gradual decline of our natural resources. As all these natural resources are declining day by day because of increasing population, waste materials will keep collecting, and our beautiful earth will start to look like a garbage bin. So it is very important so that we all, as a human, control our wasteful habit. And we all must understand that old metal or plastic utensils, old books, old newspapers, and all other waste materials, they can either be reused or they can be recycled. In previous part, we discussed a lot about these two things. So this video is in continuation of the previous one. It is possible to recycle all our rubbish in an equally profitable way. This is the question if we ask ourselves. Is it possible that we recycle all our garbage and rubbish material in an equally and profitable way? Or should we recycle a few of the waste materials and leave the rest? So we will find the answer of these two questions in our paragraph. So now let's read to find out more about recycling. We will understand about the recycling. Recycling rubbish not only helps save money, it also helps the environment. We lessen the pollution that is created by burning rubbish, and we save valuable resources. Because if we burn all the garbages, then it creates pollution. Western countries waste a great deal of Earth's resources. For example, in the USA, about 75,000 trees are felled every week just for printing the Sunday edition of the New York Times. And recycling used paper would easily save all these trees which are felled. Many countries encourage recycling, and new technology allows more wastes to be reused. Most of the world's rubbish can be reused. Paper, metal, glass, or even some plastics. All these can be reused. Let us have a break here.
करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
संसाधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय के लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी बातें।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर। दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात,
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने।
Plastic is one of the most difficult substances to recycle. Because it comes in so many varieties. Some plastic bottles, for example, consist of 6 layers of different types of plastic. And each layer is designed to give the bottle certain qualities. These qualities are like shape, strength, flexibility, and as yet there is no simple way to turn an old plastic bottle into a new one. Plastic scrap can only be turned into a product of a lower quality. A plastic might be cleaned and cut into very, very tiny pieces. And it is also used to stuff seat cushion. Just like we put cotton in the cushions or pillows, similarly, there are some seat cushions in which the plastic are used as a stuff. A mixture of plastic waste can be recycled into plastic timber and used to make durable fencing. We all must have seen the fencing in the garden or the park. But a lot of plastic waste still has to be thrown away. Metals are different. Any car on the road in today's time will consist some metal, in part or of earlier cars that have been scrapped and recycled into a new steel and some other metals. So all those scrapped materials are metals. And there are different kinds of metals we already discussed. Spoon, utensils, and some parts of car. The more valuable the metal, like gold and silver, the more it pays to recycle it. As the metal is expensive, so is the recycling process. According to the weight and the metal's property, the processing is costly. It is expensive. Aluminium is worth recycling because extracting it from the bauxite consumes a huge amount of electricity. And because most aluminium in today's time, which is recycled, the energy used to make aluminium in the year 1970 was more, and in today's time the energy has fallen by the quarter 1/4 time it has fallen since the early 1970s time. So it is a kind of, you can say, the benefit of recycling. And another item, glass is also worth recovering. The most sensible method is to use glass bottles as often as possible. In countries which still use milk bottles, so recycling of the glass material is also useful. And the broken glass, which are known as culettes, they can also be recycled. And many Western countries have bottle banks into which used bottles can be thrown. And usually there are payments. You can see the image, bottle bank. Bottle banks depend on people's goodwill. The success of bottle banks varies widely from country to country. The Swiss and the Dutch, these two places recover 50% of their glass, while a place, Britain, only 12% is recovered. And in India, of course, we sell our bottles which are then reused. Because we know that there are different colors of glasses, and also the broken pieces are of different colors according to the glass. So the glass is best separated by color, since cullet of mixed color can be used only to make a green glass. And broken glass can be remelted in furnaces, and then it can be easily shaped into a new bottle or any new object. So we can make any shape out of all those melted glass. Half of the world's waste material consists of paper. And many countries import waste paper rather than new pulp for their paper mills. The waste is pulped and then cleaned and bleached to remove most of the ink and dirt. Before it is turned into new paper, in the same way as wood pulp or rags. Japan now makes half of its paper by recycling. So that recycling is used for many purposes. It is true that in India, we generally avoid waste. However, we all must be mindful about the waste material recycled. And as we enter the 21st century, we as Indian, we are beginning to imitate some of the wasteful habits of the Western countries. This is something that all of us need to be careful about it. We all need to think of it. And we should try to avoid copying the wrong behavior. So we should all be careful about it. Prepare a box or dig a pit in a corner of your garden. It can be of any size. And then you can collect dry fallen leaves or grass and then put these at the bottom of the box. Or pit. Also, you can throw the leftover foods, fruits and vegetables, and vegetable peels, fruit peels on it. You can add leaves or soil. Add a little water after every 6 to 7 days and turn the content in the box or pit every 1215 days. In about 5 months, this waste would get converted into manure. You must have learned this word manure in our vocabulary. It is a useful material which we get by the method of recycling. So far we have understood. Now we can do this activity ourselves so that we can also get manure. Hope you understood the story. This story explains so many good things about so many new terms. And now you can see a image in this. A boy is holding a tree. This is of Chipko movement. The image is of Chipko movement. Let me explain this now. The word Chipko means to hug or to embrace. And hugging a tree or embracing a tree, this movement was started in the year 1970 with the aim to protect trees. Women held bravely and hugged the trees when some administrative people come to cut down the tree. And that was done by women to show the love towards trees. That time, all the women, they held the tree very bravely. It was started in the northern Himalayan segment in the Uttarakhand during the 20th century. You can see the image on screen. Achieved a major victory in the year 1980 with a 15-year ban on green felling in the Himalayan forests. can see the image of this old man. He is environmentalist. His name is Sundar Lal Bahuguna. He is the founder of Chipko movement. He was awarded by the President of India. You can see the image for his great work for protecting our environment. Hope you enjoyed this Chipko moment. We have covered the story. So we all need to be careful about recycling of things, and all the things which can be recycled, we should be careful about all those things. And all the food items, all the peels, whether it is vegetable peels or fruit peels, that can also be kept separately and can be converted into manure, so that can be used in a positive sense. Hope our environment is saved. Thank you. Namaskar.